News flash. 2025 is not going to go the way you planned. You're not going to get everything that you wanted. It's not going to, everything that you planned is not going to go the way you thought it was going to go. 2025 is going to be an absolute roller coaster like every single year before it. But how do you navigate through all of this uncertainty with an air of confidence, feeling untouchable, feeling indestructible, unbreakable? Why do you get so upset when things don't go your way? Why do you feel downtrodden and crushed when you don't get your goals? Why do you feel so upset? We're going to break this down today and let's figure this one out together. But first, a little bit of accountability. Did I wake up on time? And what is today's success principle? Let's get it. Success principle number 4. This is one of my favorite principles ever, right? The reason why is because this success principle actually came quite naturally to me from a very, very young age. So, age of 5, 6, this principle was for some reason just within me. And I'm super, super grateful for that because it's one of the most powerful success principles that you'll learn. So, Napoleon Hill, if you read his book, Think and Grow Rich, okay, he has these principles in this book. And I'll put a link in the description below for you to download it and read it. And I think it's success principle number 4 or number 5, which says, go the extra mile. Always go the extra mile. And this is what successful people do in order to always come across and always be more valuable than what the person that they're serving, than what they think. I butchered that. Let me try that again. So when successful people go the extra mile, what they're doing is they are becoming more valuable than the expectations of the person that they're serving. That was much better. We're getting there. It's Sunday, it's late, I'm tired. No, so that's actually what's happening with this principle of go the extra mile. The successful person, and what you're doing is you're going above and beyond the person that you're serving, you're going above and beyond for them, you're giving them extra, more than their expectations, and that makes you become more valuable than what they had, what their expectations were of you. You become more valuable than that. That's how you increase retention of clients. That's how you increase respectability. That's how you increase reputation, right? Becoming the guy or the girl who always goes above and beyond. If you're known for that trait, I promise you, the way in which you will attract success, the way in which you will attract the things that you want, and the reason why you attract it so much is because everyone wants something for nothing. Think about that. Everybody wants something for nothing. If you give away free stuff, you have everyone everywhere trying to grab that free stuff. And so if you're able to supply that free stuff in the form of being asked to do X task, and you do X task plus 1 or 2 extra things, or you do X task in a kind of way that exceeds the expectations of the individual that you're serving, then you come across extremely valuable to the person that you're serving because they feel like they got something for free or they feel like they got more than what they asked for. People love that. That is it's one of the most powerful laws of success. Okay. And when I say this came to me naturally, like from a very young age, I don't know what was going on with me, but what I know is that whenever I was asked to do something, I would always come up with creative ways to do it better or to do more than what I was asked for. So I'll give you an example, right? I think I was in I think I was in year 7 or year 8 at high school, and we had this Latin project, right? So we done Latin in year 8, and the teacher asked us to put together like a do like a sort of like a culture sort of do like a project which reflects and study the culture of the Greeks, like the Latin time, like do like a document and talk about the culture, so like what they wore, the clothes they wore, the food they ate, um, the music they listened to, all that stuff. So we turn up on the day. It's a day of handing in the project, and everyone turns up and hands in, this A4, you know, document that they've printed out, right? So it's like they do 10 pages or whatever, and each page is covering a different part of the culture um, of this time. And but my document, what I done with mine is number one, I done like 30 pages. So my one was like double, triple the size of everyone else's. And then on the front cover of my document that I was handing in, I actually done like a garden sort of collage, actual leaves and actual um still existing plants and different. I went and actually got all these plants that they had back in that time and all these things, and I put them and I created like an incredible like garden collage as the front cover of my document to represent their love of gardening, and I think it's called horticulture. I'm not too sure if that's the right word, but all the gardening stuff that they did at that time as well. That was my front cover. That represented that sort of section, and I had my nice little title in the middle. And so that's just one example, right? Of how I'd always go above and beyond when I was super super young. Nowadays, it's taken a different nature, right? Now it's way more refined, way more like professional stuff like that. So, as an example, today was a great day. At my design agency, Impact, we secured a new client today, and it was phenomenal to obviously work through the proposal with the client, make sure they're comfortable, make sure they understand what we're delivering and the service and how we approach work and all this stuff. Now, when the client asked for the proposal, all the client asked for is, can you just write down? We offer this 5 phase. So there's 5 phases to our approach when we do social media for our client, and the client just asked for like, can you just break down what's in the 5 phases? That's it. Can you just break down what's in the 5 phases? He was expecting like an email with phase one bullet point list, phase two bullet point list, phase three bullet point list, so on and so forth. We put together a 23-page document, PDF file, designed on Google Slides, like flawless design, an introduction to each phase, what the phase is, a breakdown of what's included in each phase, and then for each phase, we broke down the timelines of how long each phase will take, each individual section of the phase with the fees, and then the key deliverables at the end as well. So in this phase, it's completed once we've done these key deliverables, so it's super, super clear. We've done that for all 5 phases, and alongside a couple of other pages, thanking the client for this opportunity to work with them, X, Y, and Z. When we sent them that PDF file, that proposal, today when we closed the client at the end of the phone call, and he said it in the middle as well, but at the end of the phone call, the client turns around and goes, if you guys put in this much effort into just the proposal, where you're just telling me what you're going to do for my brand, I cannot wait to see what you guys create for the actual brand itself. That is how we're starting this relationship with this new client, because we went above and beyond what the client was expecting. He just needed a simple list. This is what's included in each phase. We provided him a 23-page document that broke down everything, and the document looked beautiful, like the sexiest PDF file you're going to see in a while. We designed that, put it together, cross-checked, referenced everything, and made sure that it made complete sense. The guy was blown away. The client was blown away by the proposal. We haven't even started the work. Do you see? So starting that relationship with that sort of mentality, that sort of expectation is incredible, because now the client has branded us as, oh, Impact, that's that agency that goes above and beyond. Oh, Impact, if you ask for X, they'll deliver you X, Y, and Z. No extra cost. These guys go above and beyond. That's how we set up our design agency. Obviously, because I'm the leader there, my values end up becoming the company's values, and then we put some other values in and around that. But going above and beyond is what I do, and that is a massive success principle that enabled us to even win the client today. And even when we won the client today, they weren't too comfortable with the pricing. It was a bit high, and for them. And they actually said openly in the phone call, in the meeting, they were like, um, the way you show up and the way, like, the work that you've done with us so far in terms of just little things here and there, but the way you show up and the way you execute, I'm gonna go and get this money to make sure I can pay you. He actually said that in front of us. He was like, I have to have you guys working with us, and I'm gonna go and borrow the money to make sure I have enough money to pay you guys so you can execute on my brand. You can't get better than that. When you have clients borrowing money left, right, and center to make sure that they can have your service because of who you are, because you go the extra mile. So success principle number 4, day 5, is always go the extra mile. That's what successful people do. Always go the extra mile. And I will catch you in part 3, the breakdown. Incredible day, brand new client, absolutely buzzed with that success principle. Now for part 3, the breakdown. Earlier on, we asked, why do you get so upset when things don't go your way? Why do you feel so downtrodden and broken and, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't, get that thing or achieve that goal? Or why does it really hurt? Why does it really feel that painful? And why do successful people not feel the same amount of negativity, the same amount of, that down feeling? We're going to answer this question today. And we're going to do this by first framing the reason why you've set yourself up to fail from the beginning. When you set your goals, when you set what it is that you want to achieve for the year or for the next couple of years, whatever, you are actually focusing on the wrong thing. You're attaching your identity and you're attaching all of your focus on actually the wrong thing. And I'm going to break this down in a very simple way. In life, there are really 2 types of goals. There are what we call means goals and end goals. Means goals are goals that provide a means to an end. These goals are step by step, normally project-based goals or, task-based or milestone-based goals to get you somewhere. These are means goals, a means to an end. Then you have your end goals. End goals is the finite end, right at the end, that outcome that you want, that is the final thing that you're trying to achieve. That is an end goal. Where people go wrong is they don't even think about the end goal. They don't think about what it is they're actually trying to achieve, the real reason behind what they're doing. They don't think about that. All they do is spend their time on these means goals. I have to get this promotion. I have to win this medal. I have to go to this country or visit this place or whatever your means goals are, whatever you're trying to achieve, win this client, get this business done, like whatever it is you're trying to achieve. These you're setting and you're taking your time focusing on your means goals without thinking about the end goal. Okay. And so as a result, when life unfolds, as 2025 will, things that don't go your way, things that, you let's say you want to get a promotion and you didn't get that promotion, that's why you find yourself eating ice cream, sitting on the couch, crying, watching infinite amounts of Netflix. That's why you're in that position. You're in that position because you tied all of your focus and all of your identity, all of your dreams and desires and hopes, you focused it on a means goal. That is wrong. Stop doing it. Cut it out, chop it up, chuck it in the bin, keep it moving. That is not the way to navigate life. If you do it in this way, what will happen is you do not have complete control over means goals. Means goals have many different factors that are assigned to the means goal. You've got other people involved, especially, for example, in a promotion where you're competing against other people. You've got other people involved, other factors, external factors. All of these things can change the outcome of your means goal. Your end goal, on the other hand, is from within. Okay, so this is where you're going to be getting out of your own way in this session. Stop focusing on the means goal. What you're doing is you're setting up your own blockers to failure. Focus on the end goal. What does that look like in our example of a promotion? So if you're going to be getting a promotion, or if your means goal is on getting the promotion, what is the end goal attached to that means goal? That means goal is leading you somewhere. What is it that you actually want? What is it that you're actually trying to achieve? Now, let's say, for example, you work in a great company. Let's say you work at Apple, for example. And at Apple, they want you to be the best version of yourself. They want you to push yourself to the limits, be creative, explore the boundaries, push past the boundaries, and be innovative, be creative, and be yourself. These are some of Apple's values. Okay. Now let's say you work at Apple and that's what and you've chosen to work there because you also subscribe to those values. These things mean something to you. Your end goal is to actually enjoy your work. Enjoy creating, let's say, devices or software. Enjoy creating something of value that can improve people's lives. I'll say that again. Enjoy creating things of value, tools of value that people can use in their lives to make their lives better, right? This is the end goal. Now, once we have that end goal in place of creating things of value to help people's lives, once we have that end goal in place and you really attach to that end goal, that's from within, creating things of value. You want to see yourself as a tool for change, positive change. Once you have that as your end goal, how important is it that you 100% get that promotion? All of a sudden, it feels a little bit silly to be so upset about whether you got the promotion or not, right? Because the way that we framed our goals is we started with the end goal, and getting a promotion may allow you to have more influence over your team members and really help create things in a way that you think is really powerful, and you can guide more people to help create in the way that you want and stuff like that. Yes, getting the promotion can enable you to be more aligned with that end goal and can move you closer to that end goal. But whether you get the promotion or not at Apple, aren't you, do you not still have the ability every single day to create things of value? It just depends on how far or how much you're going to be doing that. If you get a promotion or if you become head of Apple, you can guide the company in a different way. But at all echelons, at all levels of your work at Apple, whether you're an intern employee or whether you're all the way at the top, you can create things of value at any level, right? And if you don't get the promotion at Apple this year, you may get it next year. Regardless, you're still creating things of value on a daily basis. That's the end goal. That's what you're striving to live for. And so getting the promotion or not getting the promotion, all of a sudden it becomes not meaningless, but it has less of an effect, way less of an effect on how you feel, your positivity, because every day you're doing what you want to do, you see? And so this is why you may be setting yourself up to fail when you set all of your goals for the year and 2025 comes and, does what it does and knocks things out the park. This is why you feel down, because you're not assigning and setting up the correct goals to begin with. Okay. So I'm going to give you an example of what I mean by that in my own life. Okay. So from a very young age, I was a footballer. Okay. So from the age of like 5, 6 years old, I played football. Also from a very young age, I told my parents that I want to build a, a 360 sort of growth center so people can come and learn and grow and become the best versions of themselves. I wanted like a massive, like, think about like a massive university complex or, sports complex, something gigantic where people come, like an academy, but bigger than that, right? People come and they work on themselves from their intellectual life, their spiritual life, their physique, their everything they do. That you develop themselves there. That's what I wanted to build from a very young age, from like 8, 9 years old. I said to my parents, I want to build this thing where people come and grow and do this stuff. That's what I want to do. Lo and behold, that's still what I want to do. I just want to help people become the best version of themselves. Is there any surprise that my YouTube channel that we're building here together, is there any surprise that this channel is in alignment with that of helping people. No, there's no surprise. Right now, fast forward from the age of 20 years to 29 years old, and right now, I'm not a footballer. I stopped playing football at the age of um 21, 22. I stopped playing football. No, yeah, 19, 20, 21, can't remember. But yeah, I stopped playing football. When I stopped playing football, did I, was I crushed? Did I feel like I had no purpose? Did I feel like I was lost? Not at all. I wanted to play football as it was actually a means goal. I wanted to play football so I can create a name for myself, like a massive name, like Ronaldo, Neymar, create, Messi, create a massive name for myself so I can go and open up the personal growth center. That's why I played football. When that didn't turn out, when that didn't happen, and I shifted into business and entrepreneurship, I had no issue doing so. And I wasn't depressed. I wasn't upset. I made the decision and I left because I understood that my end goal, what I'm striving for, is to help people. Whether that comes through me becoming a footballer and then open up my center, or whether that comes from me going into business and building my growth center, it doesn't matter which way I do it. The means goals is always flexible. It doesn't matter. The way you get there isn't important. The how isn't actually important. What's important is that you've got your end goal in place, and that very rarely changes because those are your values and that's who you are as a person. Those are your end goals. Okay. So now I'm building an award winning app in Finders Force. Now I've got a design agency called Impact, right? Now I've got a few other ventures that I'm doing, that I'm launching. All of the ventures are in alignment with helping people, empowering people to make a better world for themselves and their families, and enabling people to challenge the way things are so they can create a better world for themselves and for their families. This is what I do, right? Whether it's football, the app we're launching, my design agency, it doesn't matter. This YouTube channel, it doesn't matter. Anything that I do is in alignment with that purpose and that end goal. And so because my end goal is fixed and it's set, the means and the way I do it, it doesn't matter to me. Either way, it doesn't matter which way, I'm going to get there. And having that is what's going to make you indestructible and untouchable in 2025. I promise you, if you set your end goal in 2025, not that you're going to reach it in 2025, but this year, if you set what your end goals are, your values, your why, who you want to be, the lifestyle you want to live in terms of the quality of life that you want to live. If you set those end goals, take the time to set what that end goal looks like, you will find that in 2025, when things go wrong, it's okay. You'll find that in 2025, when things don't go quite the way you planned, it's okay, right? And what you will find is the bounce back rate, meaning when you get hit back, when you bounce back into action, you will find your bounce back rate is so much quicker. I swear to God, in the app that we're launching with Finders Force, the amount of things that's gone wrong as a startup, as a tech startup, obviously, is like crazy amount of things have gone wrong. Crazy mistakes have been made. Every single time a mistake is made, every single time we move forward after realizing something and then changing it and moving forward, the speed at which these things don't touch me, right? The speed is like unbelievable. It's almost like the thing didn't happen because I understand that every step we're taking, this little project we're launching here, this little task that we have here, these are all means to the end goal of helping 8 billion people on earth through this app. I'm here to help 8 billion people. So what if something went wrong with the code? So what if a team member left? Like, so what? These things are menial, these things are small because I've got the end goal in mind of what we're trying to achieve. You simply pivot. You end up pivoting much quicker because you know that all these means goals are just a means to an end. It doesn't really matter which route you take, you're going to get to the end goal. Okay. So this is the difference between means goals and ends goals. And this is an example in my own life, how I've been able to get through this and be untouchable, right? 2023 to 2024, and now even in 2025. I can't wait to tell you, as the stories unfold this year, I can't wait to show you examples of where things have gone wrong. Sometimes I'm laughing. Sometimes I'm literally like, oh, like that was silly, wasn't it? Like that was a mistake. And I'm laughing because it's like, I know that it's just another chapter in the book. It's just another page in the book of me getting to the end goal. So I learn from it, take it very seriously. I learn from it and I pivot and I move. I move super, super quickly because I'm focused on the end goal. So don't set yourself up to fail. Make sure you focus on the end goal and not the means goal. Set up your means goals. I want to do this. I want to get this promotion. I want to go here. I want to go there. But don't attach yourself to the outcomes of getting there. They're not important. What's important is that you're moving in the correct direction to your end goal. Okay, awesome. So we're now going to head into part 4, the blueprint, and we're going to tackle the next 3 categories of our Identity 2025 document. Cannot wait to hear what you guys call your document. Mine's called, mine is called 2020 Identity 2025, but you can name your document whatever you like. So let's jump into part 4, and I will catch you on the other side. Absolutely incredible. Part 4, the blueprint. How's it going? Awesome, guys. So we know what the plan is for today. We're going to be jumping into the next 3 pages of this Identity 2025 document, which is where you're able to set your goals across all 12 categories of your life. So you have a 360-degree success blueprint and goal blueprint for this year. Okay. So yesterday, we went through health and fitness, intellectual life, and emotional life. Today, we're going to be going through character, spiritual life, and love life. Let's jump in. So, what sort of goals do we set? What sort of goals can we be setting in the character department of your life? So, the character department is obviously who you are as a person, right? What is your character? What do you stand by? Not so much what are your values, kind of what are your values, but more like what do you stand by? How do you want to be known? What's your signature? What are you trying to develop? What parts of your character are you looking to work on this year? That's what character is all about. Okay. Now, for my character category, I'm going crazy with the courses, right? So as you can see here, I've got courses across these specific parts of my life that I want to increase, I want to smash. I've just seen a mistake. I've got Ultimate Leadership with Keith Ferrazzi. I've got that twice. So I think I'm supposed to be adding in another course here, and I just copied it down so I can use a template. But I've actually added this twice. So let me edit that. Let me edit that for you guys in real time. I think I'm adding another course there. That's the reason why I've got it as a template. I was using it as a template. But yeah, I'll figure out what course is supposed to be there. But all good. So I'm going crazy with the courses, right? So here I've got my leadership course. I'm a leader of multiple ventures. I have multiple teams, and I have to be the best leader that I can be to make sure that I'm achieving the goals that our companies have set, and I'm looking after the people and I'm watching them grow as well, right? Super, super important. So obviously I've got leadership course. Then I've got habits and discipline course, right? So that's where I'm doing that again with Mind Valley, with Near EL. That's my habit and discipline course. Not necessarily that I'm not disciplined, but I know it's a funny thing. Basically, Brian Tracy. I'll put a link below so you can just check him out. But Brian Tracy speaks about how super disciplined people always think they could be more disciplined. It's a little bit of a paradox where it's like, I know I'm disciplined, but I could be doing so much more. It's weird. Like the more disciplined you get and the more you're better at like doing your habits and focusing, the more you feel like you could be doing. So I'm not too sure if that's healthy. But that's the way things are. And I've fallen into that as well. So I'm doing a habit and discipline course just to make sure that I'm really tightening up those edges. General personal growth course, which is the life book course with John and Missy Butcher. So I'm doing that as well. communication course, and a personality course. So, as you can see, I'm touching upon different parts of my character. I'm touching upon my leadership, my discipline, my general personal growth, how I communicate with people, and my the personality course is the DISC DISC character types or personality types. Learning how different people fit into different categories and how to communicate with them, and how to get the best out of them. This is the personality course at the bottom. So this is how I'm building my character in 2025. Okay, moving swiftly on. Oh no, sorry, I keep forgetting. What sort of goals can you put in character? Um, Went through my goals, and then what goals can you put? So for character, you really want to think about what type of person do you want to become, and then you need to explore different ways of achieving that character. So let's say you want to be more helpful. Let's say you feel like you're quite selfish and you want to be more helpful. You may, in character, you may put going to work with a charity, right, to practice selflessness. That could be what you do. Or let's say you want your character to be more disciplined, for example. You could do in character, you could do something like a habit that you're gonna do, like waking up early every morning and see how many days you can keep that streak for, right? So character is very personal. Figure out who you want to be, list out the character traits of the perfect version of yourself, and then find ways to prove to yourself that you're that person. So find ways and routes to building those parts of your character that you want to build. Okay, that's character. Now, spiritual life. For spiritual life, my goals is to complete the life book category for spiritual life and ensure I keep my weekend walks. Yes, so I do weekend walks every weekend, and they're so spiritual. I found this really amazing place where I walk, and I want to make sure that if I end up moving house, which I may do early this year, if I end up like moving house or like moving away from this amazing place that I found, I want to make sure I'll still be in the same town that I live in, but I want to make sure that I continue going there, even if I have to drive there every weekend morning. I want to make sure that I still go there and keep it, because something about that walk is just so incredibly perfect that I want to make sure that I keep that this year, regardless of where I move within the town that I live in. So it's really important for me to keep those weekend walks, because they've spiritually they've really like empowered me. So I want to make sure I keep them. So that's that goal there. For spiritual life, you've got a bunch of options for spiritual life. Think about meditation. Think about just sitting and thinking and introspecting. Think about your prayer. If you're religious, like what prayer you use and how you connect with God. God. Really think about trying to spiritual life really is all about looking within, and it's all about spending time connecting with the higher power that you believe in, right? That's what spiritual life is about. So really obviously pick goals around that, and also pick goals around how do you feel spiritual including religious comes in here as well. Think about how you're observing your religion or observing your spiritual practices. So if you're Muslim, like, are you praying five times a day how you're supposed to? Are you um you know if you're a Christian, like, are you going to church? Are you giving back? Are you doing your tithing? And you're in Islam, you have the zakat, the 10%. Like, how are you observing your spiritual life, and how can you do that better? That's the sort of goals that go here. Okay, spiritual life. Then we have love life. My love life is so empty. Now, I'm joking. I'm very, very happy with my focus at the moment. So my love life is really empty. But this is exactly where I want to be. Obviously, I've done a lot of work and thinking about the roadmap for me to get into this stuff really more focused. But for now, I'm really, really happy just to do the life book category for this of the course, and then obviously step into that when I'm ready. Now, for love life, it is so many different angles with love life. You can go into, if you have a partner, um, think about different things like your communication with that partner. How are you spending quality time with that partner? Are you spending time throughout the week where you go for a date once a week or once a month or whatever works for you guys, right? So think about connection with your partner. Think about communication. Think about quality time. Think about do you know your partner's love language? Do they have a love language of gift giving or acts of service or words of affirmation? What is their love language? I'll put a link for that below if you've never heard of love languages, and then you can actually do more of how they want to receive love. You can actually do more for that, right? So think about that stuff. Sexually, are you guys having the amount of sex that you want to have? Whether that's daily, weekly, monthly, whatever works for you guys, how can that improve, right? So think about how you're treating your partner. Think about your sex life. Think about your plans for where you guys are living, how you guys cherish each other. Think about goals around that stuff, okay? And that, my friends, wraps up part 4 of the blueprint. We've gone through character, spiritual life, and love life. In tomorrow's session, we'll go through the next 3 categories, which are your parenting, social life, and financial life. We'll break those down and figure out what we can have in there as well. It is Sunday. I am absolutely buzzed for tomorrow. I'm heading into London for a really important meeting with a brokerage company, actually, to set up some investments and some really interesting stuff. So super, super buzzed to head into London tomorrow. And I'll let you guys know how that meeting goes. And today's day 5. So really, really happy, really, really buzzed. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name's PAM fam. This is Get Out of Your Way. And I think we figured this one out today. Awesome. Guys, have a good evening. Speak soon. Peace.